Very quickly, so happy to have in studio with us Dr. Colletta Orr. The month of September is Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month, and October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So happy to have Colletta Abramham Orr. Is a 2002 Fahey's College graduate with a bachelor's degree in biology. She later received a master's of public health from Capella University and is currently in a doctoral candidacy status in a doctorate of public health program at the Walden University. Ms. Abramham Orr is a trained cancer research scientist, and she's held positions at Georgetown University, Lombardi's Cancer Center, as well as the National Cancer Center Institute in Washington, D.C. There's a lot more to read, but we don't have a lot of time, and she is here now. What is ovarian cancer? Ovarian cancer is the growth of the abnormal malignant cells that begin in the ovaries. That's the woman's reproductive glands that produce ova. Cancer that spreads to these ovaries but originates at another site is not considered ovarian cancer. Ovarian tumors can be benign, that's non-cancerous, or malignant cancerous. Although abnormal cells or benign tumors do not metastasize or spread to other parts of the body, malignant cancer cells in the ovaries can metastasize in two different ways. Dr. Orr, and please just give a welcome for those who may be tuned in and listening to us this morning.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here today.
Tell us a little bit about your background. I know you've written a wonderful book. It's called A Comprehensive Guide to Beating Breast Ovarian Cancer. Tell us a little bit about your work in this field and what has made you successful.
I have a company called Colletta Orr and Associates.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your field, this interest that you have, and what is it that women should be looking for in the sense of when they don't have a regular cancer checkup.
Right. Well, I can give you a little bit of background on myself, how I got started in the field of cancer research. My grandmother actually was diagnosed with ovarian cancer when I was a teenager, and she actually succumbed to the disease. At that time, my family and I did not know what ovarian cancer was.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we heard of breast cancer, but never ovarian cancer. Right. So just before she passed away, she said to me, why did all this have to happen to me? So when she said that, it resonated with me, and I wanted to know what is ovarian cancer.
Uh-huh.
Right. So I decided to go to undergraduate, major in biochemistry, and then take it a step further and do cancer research at Georgetown University Lombardi Hospital to learn more about the disease.
When we talk about ovarian cancer, that's the reproductive.
Absolutely.
Is this something that discovered in a checkup, or what are some of the signs or symptoms?
Right. Well, ovarian cancer, the signs and symptoms are very vague. They can be confused or misdiagnosed with other less life-threatening illnesses. A person can have loss of appetite, nausea, constipation, back pain. Those things could come from a woman's regular menstrual cycle. It's menstrual symptoms.
Yes.
We always recommend if a person have these symptoms for more than 2 weeks, then you need to take a deeper look at what the issue is.
In the sense of checkups, when should a woman have? Is it annual or biannual?
Well, the thing with ovarian cancer, there are no annual screens that can be done.
I see.
Like a mammogram, of course, is the breast is an outer organ.
Yes.
The ovaries are deep down behind the pelvis. So it's no checkup you can do for the ovaries.
What would be the telltale signs again? In the sense of pregnancy, would you be able to conceive, or would there be a problem? That's when it would be. What's when you would find out?
That a lot of times when people are diagnosed with ovarian cancer, they're already in stage 3 and 4, advanced stages. So then they're having some type of bleeding and other issues, and they have to take a deeper look, and then a biopsy is done, and that's when the cancer is then discovered. Because it's very unlikely. It's very difficult to find ovarian cancer in stage 1 or 2. Many times when people find it in the early stages, they're actually in the hospital for something else. So they may be having surgery on something else and identify a small malignancy, and they can find it in stage 1. It's very difficult.
Tell us about your book, The Comprehensive Guide.
Oh, yes. The name of my book is Cancer Doesn't Always Win, A Comprehensive Guide to Beating Breast and Ovarian Cancer. The book teaches women ways to reduce the risk of developing breast and ovarian cancer. It also talks about life after cancer for women who have been diagnosed, who went through the treatment, and explains how to get back to a new normal.
When a woman realizes that she has ovarian cancer and she has to have her ovaries removed, what is the psychological or better still, the emotional impact to that woman who now will not have a child, won't be able to bear a child? What kind of support groups are there out there for, and what does the doctor say?
Well, most instances, ovarian cancer is diagnosed in women 65 years or older. Not saying that it doesn't happen happened because I know a 15-year-old that has had ovarian cancer, and she'll never be able to have children. They did a radical hysterectomy, chemotherapy. I mean, everything got taken out immediately. So, because at that point, they're trying to save your life. They're not thinking about the possibility of having children because it's such an aggressive form of cancer.
Yes.
They're trying to save your life.
I think I looked at a survey from 2012 to 2014. Ovarian cancer has been on the rise about 45% in women ages 45 to 65. Before, it was never like that. It was much of for an older disease.
Right.
Is it environment now, you think? Is it something that we're eating or we shouldn't be eating that's causing this? Or is it just the environment? We're talking about pollution. Can you expound on that at all?
Yeah, absolutely. When it comes to ovarian cancer, you're getting it at any age. You say
Yes.
45 to 65. It's a lot of variables involved. It's not just one thing. It is, it's family history. I mean, just like my grandmother, she had a family history of breast cancer. Her mother passed away from breast cancer. So she was not tested, but it's a strong possibility that she carried a BRCA mutation. So she passed away at 67. But you can have a mutation that would automatically up your risk by like 85%. It comes with diet. It comes with exercise. All those things.
I'm looking at when you speak about ovarian cancer. I'm more because it seems like to me breast cancer seems to be the one that gets a lot of attention because it's more in the front. This is it's hidden. You said behind the pelvis.
Right.
What are they doing now to bring more awareness? You're here today, but what is to say the medical society or in the medical journals? Is this really being spoke about now? Is this coming to the forefront now?
Absolutely. It's work being done right now trying to create a way to manage your health as far as like mammogram. They're trying to develop a tangible screening for ovarian cancer. It has not came into play yet, but that's what they're working on now. So they have a screening mechanism for this disease. And with breast cancer, it's more on the forefront because, believe it or not, it's more breast cancer incidence than it is ovarian cancer. Ovarian cancer is a more rare form of cancer than breast cancer.
In your studies now, you're working on your doctoral now. What have you found out in working on your thesis for yourself in an advancement or the misunderstanding or the misdiagnosis for ovarian cancer?
What I understand, the most profound thing is about ovarian cancer that I come to understand that because there is no screening mechanism, the most powerful thing that people can do is know their family history. You have to start with that because if you know your family history, you can manage your health better. Your doctor will maybe have you come in to do ultrasounds twice a year, whereas the average person would not be able to do that because insurance has to cover it. And if once they find out that you are at high risk, they'll take other steps to try to manage your health in regards to developing these diseases.
Obviously, as well, with anything else, we sometimes say we can just take a pill and it will just go away. This is not one of those situations.
No, not at all. Not at all.
This is not. So we have not. Medicine has not been advanced in the sense of attacking this. Basically, it's if it's stage 3 or 4, that means possibility you're going to be operated on.
Oh, absolutely. In most instances, if someone is diagnosed with stage 3 or 4, they are actually going in surgery probably within the week.
Really?
Pretty quickly.
In your book, tell us a bit more about your book and how to get information about purchasing your book, and what does your book speak more about concerning ovarian cancer?
The first thing it talks about in regards to ovarian cancer, it talks about what is ovarian cancer. It tells you what the symptoms are, what you can be doing to be proactive to try to protect your ovarian health. What to do. I have survivor stories in my book, people that has had ovarian cancer.
Right.
It talks about how they living past ovarian cancer. Once upon a time, it was an automatic death sentence. So now people are living longer with ovarian cancer than ever before.
When you say support, and I'm talking about support groups,
right.
And do the hospitals have support groups, or do they, are they pretty much recommended to an outside institution that will take care of that?
Yes, the hospitals, most hospitals do offer a breast ovarian cancer support group for life after. I actually work in collaborations with a few hospitals to develop programs for patients coming out of treatment, going back into their new normal. So once they start treatment, they have to learn how to, well, not learn how to, but adjust to the new normal. A lot of times their taste buds aren't the same from going through all the treatments. A lot of stuff has changed for them.
Women, when they speak about having their ovaries removed, they feel that they're not a complete woman anymore. They feel they're not sexual anymore. They feel they're not passionate anymore. They feel like they've lost that drive. Is this a psychological thing, or is this a chemical thing, or a physical?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's physical and chemical, because when you remove the ovaries, that's, you got all your hormones are, generated in your ovaries, so you feel different. You definitely feel different.
Women say they don't feel sexual anymore. They feel like they're missing something. How that affects, when I know how it affects a relationship, how should a man react to something like that when he realizes his significant other has ovarian cancer, has the ovaries removed? What kind of support should he be thinking or giving, or what should he be part of?
He should definitely be encouraging his wife. He needs to remind her how beautiful she is and how happy she makes her, because she's gonna feel like it's not the same, because there are some elements when you're not ovulating, just like menopause. There's just certain things that happen to your body as a woman that doesn't quite happen the same as it did before you went through menopause. Because when you remove your ovaries, you go directly into menopause. I don't care if you're 15 years old, I don't care if you're 45, whatever the age is, you're going to go immediately into menopause.
I see. Now, for somebody who's listening, say, what is menopause? Because somebody's going to say that. So what is menopause?
Menopause is when the woman's reproductive system shifts. That's when your menstrual cycle stops, and all those things that normally happen to your body every month doesn't happen anymore.
It does not happen. So that's menopause. So a lot of guys saying, yeah, I knew that.
Right.
No, you didn't. You just glad that Dalton Anderson asked that question. Because you know why? I didn't know myself. Anyway, yes, I did, but I know a lot of us. Where can we get information about purchasing your book? It's called The Comprehensive Guide Beating Breast and Ovarian Cancer. Give us information where we can purchase that book.
Yeah, you can actually purchase the book at CollettaOr.com. It's CollettaOrr.com. I'll be happy to autograph it for you. It's also available in Barnes & Nobles, Books A Million, Walmart, all those good places. Yeah.
A lot of our churches, I know a lot of churches, I know a lot of you are listening. Again, as I was corrected, the month of September is Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month, and the month of October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Of course, she's more than a great spokesperson for both of those areas. If you are looking for somebody to speak in your church, is there contact information for you?
Absolutely. You can definitely reach out to me on my website. I get the emails, alerts immediately at www.CollettaOr.com. That's CollettaOrr.com.
Let me repeat that again. It's www. I'm going to spell it CollettaOrr.com. Now, again, if you can't remember that, of course, you can always get in contact with me. But if you can, just kind of wrap us up. Give us some pointers, some things to look out for, what we should be aware of. Right.
Yes, just a few things when it comes to ovarian cancer to always remember. The first form of action you can do is know your family history. Even if you have a family history of breast cancer, it increases your risk for developing ovarian cancer. Even if it was your mom, your grandmother, they are genetically linked. If you have a family history of these diseases on your mother or your father's side, let your primary care physician know so he can move forward in being proactive in managing your health.
Well, I want to thank you so much, Dr. Orr, for stopping by. Again, you can go to the website. That's www.CollettaOrr.com. All right, DrColettaOrr.com without the DR in there. Dr. Orr, thank you for stopping by. It's been my pleasure.